take on the Pork and Beans dragster of the Bell family. That's AC at the wheel. So the Darlings, the all-important Darlings then, AC Bell looking for 8.78, Ian Brown 7.58, 1.2 seconds difference on the tree. Pretty much there. Harrison just bringing his dad forward. This for a spot.
Ooh, sun's out.
Against Alan Didwell in round 3.
On a 58, AC did a great job on the tree. It was 0-1 on the tree, but unfortunately the car just moved out to full finish line.
Right, last pair. Daniel Charles, Josh Duncan. Oh dear, they are loving life in this car, they really are. Considering what they had to contend with before, with busted runs, busted parts, you name it. Since they got hold of this Rover, the team has transformed, Josh's driving has transformed.
Was it the 100E van?
It was, yeah, that's right. Yeah, the Squire. And yeah, it's just been, I know they say financial mistake too, I call it sound investment. It really has turned the corner for them.
Well, it's always more fun, or funner, I was going to say that, which is wrong, when everything goes well. You know, when you get to make runs, you get quicker, and also you go rounds as well. That's the other thing. You know, when you don't just pack up and go home in round 1 or not qualify, you, we put the mockers on it, haven't we? Get that man off the floor. No, we give him a thumbs up.
It's a shame Josh doesn't run in Pro Team, because it'd be good to have Josh and John Bean race each other on a regular basis, the two scattered companies.
Sure, it could be arranged.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Door slammers.
Well, he's actually got into full stage, but I don't think that's going to be any issue here. So Daniel will be going second, like nearly a second.
Daniel broke out as well.
Yeah, I think Chris is going to say, don't do that again. We're going into full stage anyway, but well done to Josh Duncan's team. 2 round wins on race day. And one of them against Daniel Giles, that's a big skill.
Right, Street Eliminator. When Rob Carter comes around the corner in Percy for Street Eliminator, please could do a shout out for his mum. Known to everyone for his Granny. They're absolutely dedicated to watching the live stream every single time one of the Carter family is racing. We got told off after E1 because we didn't wave at the camera for her when it was on us. Oh dear, oh dear. behave like a lunatic this time round. So it is Rob Carter taking on Joe Baxter.
Well, Joe hasn't had a clean run down the racetrack. If he does, hold your breath. This car seems to have enough power to break traction at any point of the track, any point whatsoever. The track we know is more than capable. Just a case of managing the power. So Joe Baxter against Rob Carter. Joe Baxter, 179 miles an hour, 8.54, and that was still feathering the throttle. The car's still got a little bit wayward through the finish line as well, but a great addition to Street Eliminator, and well done to Rob.
Yeah, and Granny P, who we know is tuned in. So all good there. Right, Victoria Smith on a predetermined bye. Now Rob, now he's into the semis, he gets a bye into the finals. So Vix has been over 190 miles an hour. The mission for her is to hit that 200. Oh, short shift 30-second there. Yeah, 10:50 and 95, still quicker than I've ever been down here, but there's nice one, thanks. Okay, Tony Higgs with the Triggers Brim Capri going alongside Graham Smith with the Grimhill Bel Air Chevy. This for a date with Victoria Smith in the semi-finals. So one car with twin turbos, the other one with nitrous. Now Graham's car's been hooking up and going fairly well this weekend. Tony, although number one qualifier 7:14, been over 200 miles an hour, not every single run has been perfect. So if Graham drops, sorry, if Tony drops his broom, so to speak, Graham is there.
Well said. Still wins. I was just going to say, I hear a catchphrase coming at the top end from Mr. Smith there. Because it looked like Tony was
that was
over
too pretty for Tony in the shutdown area. I think something might have gone a little bit wrong there. Hopefully he's okay.
Hopefully, and lots of smoke
Yeah.
around the top end. Hopefully that's only a split hose, nothing more serious. The track crew they're going to have a big check. There's a lot of smoke in the shutdown area. That's normally something very, something wet meeting something hot is what's doing that. That's a lot of steam though.
That's it does look like steam. You're right.
Let's hope all it's done is
God, it's hanging in the
or
air.
something like that. Anyway, Tony's fine. Tony got the car stopped, but it does look like he's got his own personal bonfire going on up there around the corner.
Unfortunately, he's taking it around the corner.
Yeah, he's fine. He's absolutely fine. He's taking the corner, no problem whatsoever.
As the breeze blows smoke away.
Yeah, this is smoke's died down. Normally something like that is a hose coming adrift and just getting onto hot exhausts or something.
Right, we have Eliminator up next.
Well, the good news is as well, there is no sweeping to be done whatsoever, so it's definitely water, it won't be oil. If it is, it's all been contained.
Right, your first pair then, Lloyd Perkins taking on Reuben Dawson.
We've got some monster matchups in this round.
Yeah. Well, this is going to be quite exciting actually because, well, let's see how it unfolds. But if Reuben and Nick both win, they meet in the next round. Lloyd Perkins, index 799. Reuben Dawson, 820. So Reuben will be going first. Next up, Dan Williams on a predetermined solo run here. Number 2 qualified, got past Rob Smallworth in round 1. And he gets a solo here in round number 2. So I would imagine Dan will go for it on the launch, get to about half track, and then just coast the rest of the way. You were saying about getting your tickets for the main event. Well on Perry, he's just got his. Well on Perry. Miles an hour. Terry Newton and Emma Goddard. Front wheel drive. And whoever gets this gets a bye to the semis. $9.50 a pair.
Yeah, so also, Luke just popped up, European front wheel drive. If you, there's a QR code on the side of his trailer right in the middle of the pits. If you scan that, you can enter any of the competitions to win the trailer. Part of stuff come door stuff time. Even quicker, 9:02, 167. For Emma Goddard, new personal best. Well, the glitch got Terry. Can the Silver Surfer get the champ? This is going to be fun.
So Armour jump shed. We know he's got the engine in there. Don't want to hurt it. As in he's limited to 850. Can't really quicker than that. Gary Carr, 11:58. Oh, his index has been hit, you're right.
Yeah. It's going to happen a lot because a lot of them, I think that run that Reuben Dawson makes going to clock his as well. It won't take long. They'll start the year with a nice soft index and then just keep chipping away at it through the summer. This is Ahmed made a serious race of that as well.
Yeah.
That's how it's supposed to work.
The Williams brothers match up there, and Nick has got in touch and said, can we please say hi to Chris Lovett, or Coco Chris as he's called. He is from Wichita Dyno Services. He's the guy that does the tuning on Nick's car, even though he's the other side of the pond. So well done, and welcome to the coverage, Chris. Hope you're enjoying it. You've got Nick Williams down there with the Coco Camaro, taking on his teammate, Spencer Tran. Index is 68 and 850. But a very well judged run indeed there for Nick Williams. Right, so matchups. Emma Goddard has got the bye. How about that? Dan Williams faces Gary Carr, and then Reuben Dawson against Nick Williams. semi-finals of Super Street Bike. Been looking forward to this. Ross Morrison taking on Jake Michelle. Now in qualifying there's only 300s between them, 674 and 677. But then Jake in round one went 668 to Ross's 677.
There is no way they're going to be turning them down.
No, this race is there, let's put it that way.
Whichever rider wins this is going to deserve it. Hull Morrison cloud on one side. Everyone for JKE on the slick tricks line. It looks like Ross Morrison coming. It's Jake with a six. Look at that!
Wow!
A whole shot win for Jake Michelle. 669 with a 7, 224. Takes out a 669 with a 0 at 217 for Ross Morrison. That. Look at the win margin, Colin. Possibly the closest ever Super Street Bike race we've ever had. Not to mention the quickest and fastest as well.
0082 at the stripe.
Absolutely outstanding.
How can you run a 6.69 and lose?
Wow. It is, yeah. Quickest and fastest side-by-side ever in Super Street Bike in Europe. That was absolutely insane. I don't like that word, I don't like using it, but what else can you use when it happens like that?
Wow. What a race. Now then, Daniel Lenks has got to go quicker than 6.69 for late choice to get in the final. If he can win it against Costas, who is on superb form this
I've just
weekend.
noticed something as well. Ross was 400s quicker to 60 foot. Immense. What can Daniel and Costas do?
Oh!
Costas is out in front. Can Daniel run it out? He's going into the final against his governor. 692 at 209 miles an hour. Daniel Lenz spun slightly off the line when 723, not exactly slow, but when they go on the other lane, he's in the sixes. It's an all-team final for JKE. Wow. One request though, could you all run a bit slower because we don't have time to warm up? That would be really, really good. Costas as well, 1.19 to 60 foot, absolutely nailed it. Do you know something? Ross Morrison had a run that would beat everyone but the bloke he raced in the semi-final.
That was one of the, no, I have to say, that is the best Super Street Bike race I think I've ever seen.
And the closest as well.
Yeah.
And the quickest and the fastest. See what Margot can do this time round. This is just a test run, but that's a lot.
760, 171.
We have jets coming up as well, folks, so go nowhere at all. Or if you're not here, come here. There we go. I think semi-finals of Pro Mod won't be too far away as well. We are cracking on, like I said, we are cracking on through everything. We've got semi-finals of Funny Bike rolling around behind the tower now to set everything up for the final round.
Right, your passenger this time is Tim Phillips from Eckington, 50th birthday present. So hope you enjoy your passenger ride in the back of the Thrill Ride, the two-seater dragster. If you fancy having to go in the back of this one, you'll have a word with the team and get yourself in. When events in the future, come and have a go in the back. Another passenger down the famed quarter mile here at Santa Pod Raceway. Right, Funny Bike semi-finals. Eric Richard, Sean Branch. Now Sean made the final at the Sprint Speed a few weeks ago. Can he do it again? But he got a very, very tough customer here in Eric. Eric was number one qualified with a 6:53. miles an hour. Sean goes through 961 at 101, but it is Eric into the final. Other side of the ladder, Martin Zylstra and Dave Peters. Well, Dave, after all these years riding bikes at the bottom, he cracked his first ever 6-second fast qualifying for Holly Bike. 6:97. And no doubt that timing step will be framed at home, his first 6. Martin Zylstra not slow, 7:03 is only 600ths of a second between these two qualifying. Lights go green on both sides of the racetrack. Takes that with a 6:92 to lose out to 7:48. So that's the final set in Funny Bike as we get ready for jet cars. And it's Fire Force 3 alongside Firestorm. So they're just getting the two jets into position. So much about great racing to come as they whittle the fields down. Glorious afternoon here at Zanzibar. This is what we've been looking forward to.
Very, very quickly, sorry because I wasn't here. That's Martin Zylstra's first ever 6-second.
Really? Wow.
6.92, 192 miles. That's why they're so happy, isn't it? Martin runs his first 6-second run, but also...
That's true, because Dave's run his first 6, Martin's run his first 6.
Well, the one thing, I don't know whether a lot of people know this or not, but to run in top fuel bike, you either have to have one of two things.
Yes.
A top fuel bike, i.e. a black nitro bike, or a 6-second timing ticket if it's not a top fuel bike. So if it's a funny bike, it is eligible to run with the class, but it's got to be a quick one.
Yeah.
That means both Martin Zylstra, if he wants to, and
Dave Peters, yeah.
are eligible to run in top fuel bike at the FIM event. I'm not sure whether they will. I don't know whether Martin will. However, he's part of the team with Rene van der Berg.
Yeah.
Rene comes over anyway, so you never know. We might have just added another member to the top fuel bike.
Yeah. Didn't think of it that way, but yes, you're
Yeah, no,
absolutely right.
well, the reason I know a lot about that is because for a long while, Dale Leakes, specifically with the funny bike, he kept going to every FIM event to run in top fuel bike, but he wasn't eligible to race because he hadn't run a 6. And it wasn't until Hockenheim, I can't remember what year, someone will, obviously Dale will know, I think it was probably about 2016 maybe, or thereabouts, 15, 16 or thereabouts. He made a run, he made a 6.9, and that 6.9 was eligible for, so that meant from then on...
Stu Craig went through the same process,
exactly,
didn't he?
Yeah. So, it's a really good thing. That means more bikes eligible.
Wow.
And it's not like we're lacking with top fuel bikes anyway, but more the merrier, always.
Oh, dear. It's just, well, this weekend has just been a banner weekend for so many people. People sent phenomenal numbers, and not one, but 2 funny bikes now in the 6 seconds that haven't been there before.
Just from one weekend, that's pretty impressive.
Pretty good.
Well, bear in mind they've all had fairly long careers each.
Yeah.
It's a big achievement to get anything being into the 60s. I remember the days when there were plenty of actual good ones active in the 60s.
Side-by-side jet funny cars. Fire Force 3 and Firestorm.
broke to 189. That was to 1,000 foot as well, don't forget. That wasn't all the way through the quarter mile. So we hope you enjoyed that show, most importantly. Martin has definitely got the whole smoke and then punch thing going on.
He has, hasn't he? Yeah, it's like a new way of doing it. But,
Something like that.
I think you
very,
smoked
very
out the food
good
court.
indeed, from our jet cars. There goes the Firestorm team. Going to collect Rog from the top end. And did you notice that time we didn't have to call Richard for the keys for the Transit?
Yeah, I know, he turned up without. Maybe he's learned his lesson after twice yesterday. But there we go. Very quick request, if possible. A very good friend of mine. It's a bit of a strange question. If anyone is leaving and coming past the service station at the bottom of the road, which I presume is the one,
the BP one,
yeah, that's the one. Have a large pair of grips for undoing the fuel filter cap to stop and blend them. They broke down. It's an easy fix, but they don't have the tool to do it, unfortunately. So.